Okay guys, MadHooker here. In this video, I'm gonna focus on teaching you or giving you some ideas on how to change the angle or attack from a different angle in boxing, sparring, fighting, whatever. So the first thing you wanna do is, I say this in every video, you gotta learn to manage the distance, okay? So from the outside, how do I know I'm at the proper range? If I extend my jab all the way out without stepping, and then I do take a step in and touch his defense, I'm at the proper range. I'm not too far out, because how am I gonna attack? I gotta double step my way in. A lot of people are too far out, okay? So I gotta make sure I'm at the right distance. Most of the time when you attack your opponent, it's head to head, okay? Straight in, straight back. That's how most people do it. That means if I step in with a jab cross, straight in, and then a lot of people will step back or they angle off, okay? But they attack going straight in. So if I like to use the clock system. So if he's 12 o'clock, behind me 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock. If I always directly attack at 12 o'clock, okay, I'm on the center line, I'm right in line of his counter punching. So what I want to do is change the angle, get to the side and change the angle. Now the first piece of footwork we're going to use is called the spring step or the side step. In the Peekaboo boxing, they call it spring to the side. Okay, so if I want to change the angle and attack from the right hand side, I'm going to step through. Let's go and back up so you see feet a little bit. I'm going to step through with my right leg and spring to his side. I end up in that southpaw position and I'm crouched down. Then I just spring back. So again, I spring to the side here. And from this position here, I'm about 80 to 70% of my weight is on my right leg, while 30 to 20%, depending on the person, is on my left leg, okay? And I'm heavy on this leg because that's the leg I'm gonna drive off on and throw the punches. So we're gonna spring to the right, but I'm not just gonna stand in front of my opponent when we're sparring and just jump to the side, okay? It's stupid, he's just gonna counterpunch me, he's gonna see it. What I wanna do is distract him. I wanna throw some kind of cover, just like if you were in a war and your buddy has to go from this barrier to that barrier, you're gonna give him cover fire. He's like, cover me. Brrr, you know, you're gonna cover and then they run. Same thing here. I'm gonna distract him, all right? And I'm gonna do this by throwing punches. So I'm gonna step in with a jab cross, because a good rule of thumb is if I'm gonna spring to the right, I throw the right. I do it off the right, and I'm gonna show you why. Because if I step in with a jab cross and I rotate, where's my weight right now when I throw this punch? My weight is on my lead leg. I'm like 70-30 now. So because my weight is on my lead leg and I'm crouched, it gives me that springing motion where I can spring to the side, okay? If I'm in that crouch position here and all my weight's on my lead leg, I can't spring no more to that side. You know, I can make it work, but it ain't gonna be as fluid. So that's why if I'm gonna plan on changing the angle, spring to the right-hand side, my right-hand side, and then attack, I'm gonna end with a right-hand punch. Now he's in his stance, I can go jab, cross, spring, okay? Or I can go jab, uppercut, spring. Doesn't matter, I'm just gonna spring to the side, okay? What do I do when I get there? All right, when I spring and I land heavy on my right foot, I throw with the right and I turn and rotate. I can throw a hook to the head, hook to the body, or if I'm a little farther out, I can throw that straight right to the head. So the first combination I want you to practice on, the first progression is this. I'm here, I'm gonna step in, jab cross, spring to the right, turn, throw that right hand to the head. The second progression of that is I'm gonna step in, jab cross, spring to the right, and now I'm gonna throw a 3-punch combination. I'm gonna go cross, hook, cross, and then I can either move my head, spring back home, or just circle out, okay, depending on what I'm doing in sparring, okay? Now if I go to the body first, maybe I'll go jab cross, spring to the side, now I'll throw that hook to the body. The first one is, I like to double it up. I go hook, hook, hook. So hook to the body, hook to the head, hook to the head, or I can go hook to the body, uppercut, hook to the head. All right, you can do any combination you want. It could be 2 count, single punch, 4 count, 6 count. Okay, most likely once you get to the side and then turn and attack, you just let your hands go. Okay, so And like I said, any combination that ends with the right hand, I can spring to the right. Now let's spring to the left-hand side. Same thing applies. If he's in his stance, no, just stay right there for now. If he's in his stance, if I spring to the left, all my weight is on this foot now. That's why I punch with my left. So if I spring to the left, I punch with the left. Same thing. If I'm gonna punch and then spring to the left, I'm gonna do it off of my left. So for instance, I'll throw a single jab. I can throw a jab and spring to the side. Okay? When I spring to the side, guess what I gotta do? I gotta let my hands go right away. I'm not doing it for shits and giggles. I'm not doing it to look good to the judges. I'm doing it to change the angle and be in a position where I can throw full power punches and it's gonna be harder for him to hit me. Can he turn and hit me? Yes. Anything can happen. All right? But if you do it and you time it correctly and let your hands go, you're in a good position while your opponent's in a vulnerable position. So again, all right, let's change sides so you can see this side. So if I want to spring left, I throw the left. So let's say I go a double jab, spring, body, head, here. And I can just let my hands go. I can start with the body hook, start with the head hook. Okay? Maybe I go jab, cross, hook. I step in, jab, cross, hook, spring to the left, boom, throw the hook to the head. You get the point. You can do any kind of combination, but the rules are the same. Doesn't mean you can't break the rules, and I'll show that in a minute. So just a quick review. To change the angle by going to the right, I want to end with a right punch. Can be a straight, uppercut, hook, body, don't matter. Let's just say I throw a 2, a straight right, then I can spring and throw another 2. Okay? So if I spring to the right, I throw the right. If I spring to the left, I throw the left. Okay? And if I want to spring to the left, I do it off my left hand. Maybe I'll slip and throw uppercut, hook, spring, throw the hook, head or body. Okay? So, like I said previously, once you learn the rules, you can break the rules. Okay, so let's switch back to this side. I'm going to show you how. So, remember if we go to the right, I spring and then go. But now I can punch at the same time I spring with the opposite hand. And mind you, it ain't going to have full body mechanics behind it. It ain't going to be like a knockout punch. But let's say I throw a jab, okay, as I spring. Boom! Distracted him. And then I can turn and throw my punches. Same thing on this side. Maybe I throw a jab as I spring to the left. I throw the right at the same time. Boom! Okay? And then I can let go, spring back home, double jab, move my head, and whatnot. So that is one of the best ways that you can change the angle is using footwork is by springing to the side. Now, if I'm on the inside, that's usually if I just showed you how to do it from the outside, moving in. Now, if I'm close to him in like infighting, okay, let's say I'm throwing body, I'm changing levels, we're fighting on the inside. Usually if I get my head to my right-hand side, then I spring. If my head's on the left-hand side, I'm not gonna spring like that, okay? If I slip here, then I can spring. I'm not gonna spring like that. I gotta get my head to the side I'm gonna spring to. And then I can fire the same punches. So that is a quick and easy way using the spring to change the angle on your opponent.